We send our students out to embrace the world, and that is the vibrancy. They can see the impact in the world of work and bringing that experience, of course, back to campus. One of the very core values here at the university is the experiential education. It is who we are.
My first co-op was in Shanghai, China. I packed my bags when I was only 19. It was such an emotional process for me because of the whole co-op program. You're being employed, but not only you're being employed, but you're being employed by a person in China.
One of the very important features of experiential learning and the international mission that we have in the college is to teach students how to be responsible global citizens, how to be responsible global leaders.
I take students to Geneva for 1 month to see how world politics work. At the United Nations in Geneva, they see the halls of power, the halls of diplomacy. Back on campus, they bring this experience of world politics with leadership into the classroom.
I think it's not a stretch to say that Northeastern has, in just a few years, become the leader in the New England area in the digital humanities. My work bridges these fields of technology, of literary studies, of history, and it can sometimes be hard to find an institution that actually values that kind of work. But Northeastern not only talks about interdisciplinarity, it actually practices it.
I did my first co-op at the Boston Bar Association, which is an association of lawyers located right here in Boston. I feel that I have a much greater appreciation for what I'm learning in the classroom and how they apply into the real world, having gone out and had this experience of working full-time and seeing what are the skills and what does it take to go into my desired profession.
I received the Global Presidential Scholarship to travel to Cambodia and to intern there for the 6 months. I was able to learn so much just from being in Cambodia.
The thing about the co-op program is that you find yourself in the midst of a situation and you suddenly realize or you remember something that you had learned in class, and it's like you have a deja vu of a moment when you just say, oh, maybe that's why I was learning that.
What I tell my students is their job is to explain the world to the world using other people's words. That job has an intense and immense, responsibility attached to it.
The undergraduate research really is a different experience because people usually don't get this experience until they go to graduate school. It's really great to be able to learn it now and kind of find my way into what I want to do.
Research, it's the thing that you can do as an undergraduate that's going to give you the most experience with thinking about new things and going out and doing new things and understanding how you approach new problems.
One project of mine is the Infectious Text Project. It's been funded by the National Endowment for the Humanities. My favorite undergraduate class is one called Technologies of Text. And this is my history of reading from the scroll to the scroll. That's one of my favorite classes to teach, is the kind of history of the book through the lens of technology, and getting humanities students thinking about the ways that technology has influenced these great texts that they study is really important to me, because I think the material of culture is as important as these sort of ethereal intellectual products of culture.
I take the United Nations into the classroom. We do a lot of hands-on activities where I have the students playing ambassadors and roles of different actors and players involved in these processes of peace and war in international relations.
What really stood out to me when I was applying to Northeastern was the idea that I could really create my own academic experience where I could go on co-op, or I could get involved in research.
My Northeastern experience has been, it feels like each semester there's something different that makes it better.
When people would ask me, when I first started at Northeastern, they would say, tell me about Northeastern, right? And I would say, Northeastern is the little engine that could. And now I say, Northeastern is the big engine that does.
Be prepared to come into a world that's full of energy and vibrancy and excitement.